Yo, what's going on, guys? Exploring Plays here, and right now, currently, Blade Barrage is super hot right now, especially with Star Eater skills. It's insane, and the fact that it has a lot more projectiles. But, dude, you guys need to try out Golden Gun right now because it got buffed. It got a secret buff just this season, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. But before we get into it, you guys, please like this video and subscribe. It would greatly help the channel out and help me grow. Alright, now that that's through, let's get into the build. Alright, so for your super, you're gonna obviously want Golden Gun, but more specifically, Marksman. And what Marksman does is, your Golden Gun deals massively increased precision damage. It will over-penetrate targets and create orbs of power on precision hits. And it also benefits from being radiant. And I'll talk about that later. Alright, for your class ability, you're going to want Acrobat's Dodge. Reason being is because what this does is, whenever you dodge, it will instantly make you radiant. And this is very important, because when you're radiant, your Golden Gun will do massive damage. And this is that secret buff I was talking about. So you want to make sure you have Acrobat's Dodge as a secondary way to be radiant all the time. And we're going to be pairing this with Knife Trick. It throws a fan of flaming knives that scorches targets on hit. Now, you want to pair this with Ember of Torches. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. If you pair Ember of Torches with Knife Trick and Acrobat's Dodge, you're going to have pretty much almost 100% uptime on Radiant, which is extremely crucial for this build. And the effectiveness of Golden Gun, of course. And the second fragment you're going to need is Ember of Solace. Radiant and restoration effects upon you have increased duration. This is a must because, like I said, we're going to need that Radiant buff up as long as possible, because when it's up, our Golden Gun deals ridiculous damage. And yeah. Alright, third fragment. Ember of Combustion. Final blows of your solar super, cause your targets to ignite. Now, this is kind of just for like fun, but it's actually really useful because whenever you kill a target with your Golden Gun, it's gonna wipe out all the nearby ads. And you're gonna want to pair this with Ember of Eruption. Your solar ignitions have increased AoE. This is going to increase the radius of the explosion from your Golden Gun whenever you get kills with it. And the last fragment here is Ember of Sedging. Your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. This is a big one here. Now, because we want to, like I said, have Radiant up all the time, this is going to be very beneficial to our Hunter. Because whenever we hit targets with our Knife Trick, which will make us Radiant, it will significantly increase the recharge rate of our Acrobat's Dodge. So that way, if we don't have one or the other up, we can kind of like feed our class ability so that we can get our Radiant back. So we'll always have Radiant up because we will always have either our melee or our class ability up. Okay, aspects. Now, the only reason I chose to go on your mark is because you absolutely need 5 fragment stats here. Trust me, you guys, because it really improves the effectiveness of this build if you have 5. I tried going Gunpowder Gamble. I know it's amazing. I know it's a ton of fun, but trust me, you're going to need those 2 extra slots to increase the effectiveness of your super. And we're going to pair this with Knock 'em Down. This will make our Golden Gun have increased duration and give you damage resistance to help you survive, which is a nice thing. And it also states, whenever you're Radiant, final blows with your throwing knives will fully refund your melee. This will allow us to keep on throwing our throwing knives back to back so that we can just always have the Radiant damage buff up. Okay, that's it for the class abilities and stuff. Now we're gonna get into the armor. So for the armor, this is important. You're gonna need Celestial Nighthawk. This is my go-to for any Golden Gun build, and it is the go-to. It is the best for Golden Gun. And the 2 mods you're gonna want on your Nighthawk are double kinetic siphon. Rapid kinetic weapon final blows will create orbs of power, and we will be pairing this with Bad Juju. Bad Juju is amazing for this build. And what Bad Juju does is its trait is String of Curses, kills refill the magazine, increase in damage for a short duration, and grant full super energy based on the strength of String of Curses. Or excuse me, some super energy. And it also fires full auto. So as you're mowing down ads with Bad Juju, you're gonna get these stacks of String of Curses. I believe it stacks up to 5 times. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. But yeah, you kill targets back to back, and as you're killing them, your super regen is gonna be crazy fast. You're gonna get your super back ridiculously fast. It's honestly insane. And it's also going to give it a damage buff at the same time. And the crazy thing about Bad Juju is if you have the Catalyst, which you guys should get if you don't have it, it will actually make so that each and every kill you get with it will completely refill the magazine of Bad Juju and extend a duration of String of Curses so that you can keep that super regen buff up even longer. Alright. And what Celestial Nighthawk does is Hawkeye Hack modifies Golden Gun to fire a single high damage shot. Enemies eliminated by the shot explode and grants you super energy. This is amazing. So originally Golden Gun shoots 3 shots, but if you have Nighthawk on, it turns it to 1 and it does a ton of damage with just a single shot. And it also causes them to explode, which, if you did not know, the explosion from Nighthawk actually does refund super energy too as well. And the last mod you're going to need on it is Bountiful Wells. This will be doubling all of our wells that we drop, which is great. And on my arms, I have Impact Induction. Feel free to go double. I just didn't have enough space. But anyways, yeah, Impact Induction. Causing damage with your melee attack, reduce your grenade cooldown. You don't need this, but this is just a nice touch because we're going to have our melee all the time because it regens super fast. And whenever we get kills with it, it instantly gets refunded anyways. And we're going to be pairing this with Melee Wellmaker. Powered melee, combative final blows, spawn elemental wells matching your subclass energy type. This is very nice because like I said, we're always going to have our knife anyways. We're going to be creating a ton of elemental wells. And this is important because a mod we have on this build here is Font of Wisdom on our class item. And what Font of Wisdom does is whenever we pick up these solar elemental wells, it's going to increase the regeneration rate of our super. So we can get our super back even faster. And this does stack with Bad Juju, by the way. So this is just going to make our super come back ridiculously fast. Alright, now for the chest piece. You are going to want a Void chest piece, more specifically, because of the mod Enduring Wells. This just increases the lifespan of all your elemental wells, which is actually important because we have Font of Wisdom, you're really gonna want to make sure that your wells are gonna last for as long as possible so that you can pick up and get that Font of Wisdom super regen buff whenever you need it. Okay, boots. Boots doesn't really matter what mod you have on it. You can just put scavengers on, but I prefer to go with Explosive Wellmaker. And what this does is whenever we get explosive kills, it will spawn Solar Elemental Wells. It's one of the best Solar 3.0 mods right now. I know a lot of people are using it right now. It's very nice. But in the case for this build, so whenever we get kills with our grenade, it's going to spawn wells. So that way our melee and our grenade will spawn Solar Elemental Wells. And the last mod, which is on a class item, is Classy Restoration. Now this is just for survivability. Now you could actually go with Radiant Orbs. This would actually be a good play because what this does is while we're creating orbs with our Bad Juju, which is, there are going to be a lot of them, and you pick them up, it will make you radiant. So that will be a third way to make you radiant, but I just felt like you didn't really need it since we already have our class ability Acrobat's dodge that can make us radiant, as well as the fragment that makes us radiant whenever we hit a target for a melee. This just kind of felt like overkill, so I decided to go Classy Restoration for added survivability. Alright, that's it for the build. Now I'm going to show you guys an in-depth test of the actual quote-unquote buff of Golden Gun this season, with and without the radiant damage buff. Alright you guys, now I'm going to show you guys the difference in damage of the Golden Gun Super with and without the damage buff. First, without the damage buff. Without it does 375k damage. And now, Golden Gun with the damage buff. With the damage buff, Golden Gun does 469k damage, which is a 25% damage buff. That is absolutely massive for DPS. That's nearly 500k damage per Golden Gun shot. So yeah, Golden Gun is back, you guys. Okay, so from that damage test I just showed you guys, Golden Gun does a lot more damage now. It's crazy. Like, as long as you have Radiant, Golden Gun does a ton of damage now. It's really good. And I could see Golden Gun being even better than Blade Barrage with Star Eater Scales for DPS phases. Because keep in mind, the thing about Blade Barrage is with Blade Barrage, when you pop it, you are in your super, which means that you can't do damage with your weapons after you pop your super because you're actively in the super. Versus with Golden Gun here with Celestial Nighthawk, because it makes it a one-shot super, you just pop it, you shoot it, and then you can go back to using your weapons for damage, which is very good for DPS because you don't have to worry about waiting for your super to get finished, because you'll get back to damage quicker, if that makes sense. But yeah, Golden Gun is really good now, guys. So yeah, you guys can still use Blade Barrage. Blade Barrage is still amazing this season. Don't get it wrong. You guys can still use Blade Barrage. I'm not gonna tell you guys what to use, but this was just a little bit of a build to like emphasize, excuse me, how good Golden Gun is now. So yeah, go slap on your Celestial Nighthawks and go one-shot some bosses. But this last part of the video here is just going to be some gameplay for you guys. So enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys later.
Just a moment. I may be able to see more. Let me slip into a deeper trance.
haven't got a chance right now. Not now or ever.
The most dangerous criminal alive. Why not just kill him and leave him?
He's dead.
Tell me
Alright, that is the end of the video. Right here. That was just some little bit of gameplay. If you guys like this build guide, please like, subscribe, comment down below. And thank you guys for watching so much. And also, thank you guys so much for getting me to 100 subscribers. That means the world to me. The channel just recently hit 100 subscribers, and that's awesome. And thank you guys. I love you guys for that. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, and have a good one.